بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome everyone to another class number 3 of our Madina Book 2 course. And alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, this is the second week in this course. Inshallah ta'ala, before we begin with lesson number 3, let's have muraja'ah or mudhakira of lesson number 1 as well as lesson number 2. If you all recall, in lesson number 1, we learned 3 important grammar rule terms. The first one being marfu', the second being mansub, and the third being majroor, referencing words and their case endings. طيب. All words that end with dhamma, they're known as marfu'. In terms of dual words, then they'll have the alif, qalamani, kitaban. In terms of jama mudhakkar salim, it'll have the waw, muslimuna. If the word has a fatha at the end of it, then they're known as mansub, singular words, right? Or any other type of word. It could be jam taksir as well. In terms of dual words, the alif will change into a ya, qalamain, kitabain, sayaratain. And as for plural words, for sound masculine plural, muslimina, the waw changes to a ya. And the same for dual and plural under majroor. As for the first one, then it ends with a kasra or kasratain. We also learn how the word inna is used in the sentence. Okay, it makes the mubtada enter or become mansub, entering into the state of nasb, while making the khabar or the khabar remains marfu'. طيب. We also said that the mubtada changes its name to ism inna, while the khabar changes its name to khabru inna. Likewise, la'alla is a sister of inna, so it works the same way. We learned how dhu is used in a sentence, as well as miya and alf. And in lesson 2, we learned how laysa is used. All right? Hopefully everyone has memorized the vocabulary, or is at least trying to memorize it. And that's basically lesson 1 and 2. Let's move on to lesson number 3, inshallah ta'ala. On today's agenda, we have a few new grammar rules. The first dealing with al-adad. In book 1, if you all recall, we learned how to use the numbers 1 and 2, right? They work as a sifa for the noun. Qalamun wahidun, right? It comes after the noun. Qalamani ithnani, sah. Then we learned also numbers 3 to 10. All right, so we said that the number will be mentioned first, and then the jam' of the word. And if the mufrad of that word that is jam' of that noun is masculine, then the number will become feminine, right? It will oppose it in gender. And if the mufrad of that word is feminine, then that number will become masculine. Today, inshallah ta'ala, we'll learn how to say we'll learn how to say the numbers 11 to 12, as well as 13 to 19. The reason why we section it off like this is because their rulings are a bit different. Okay, their rulings are a bit different, so this is why we section it off as like this. طيب. And then after speaking about the adad, we will talk about ism tafdil, ismu at-tafdil. And then we'll take a look at ka'anna, lakinna, which are more sisters of inna. All right, so they work the same way as inna in terms of a nahwu perspective. All right, of course they have different meaning. So let's begin with today's lesson. That's a quick overview of what chapter 3 entails. Let's now begin with the lesson, inshallah ta'ala, with the reading. Of course, you at home should try to repeat after me out loud. Get your tongue accustomed to pronouncing Arabic letters and reading out loud. Here we have ad-darsu al-thalithu or ad-darsu al-thalithu. أحمد كم طالبا في فصلكم يا علي كم طالبا في فصلكم يا علي علي في فصلنا 14 طالبا في فصلنا 14 طالبا أحمد الطلاب في فصلنا أكثر فيه 19 طالبا يا علي ما اسم الطالب الجديد الذي جاء أمس ما اسم ما اسم الطالب الجديد الذي جاء أمس الطلاب في فصلنا أكثر فيه 19 طالبا يا علي ما اسم الطالب الذي أو ما اسم الطالب ما اسم الطالب الجديد الذي جاء أمس علي اسمه أسامة علي اسمه أسامة أحمد هو طويل جدا أليس كذلك؟ أليس كذلك؟ هو طويل جدا علي بلى هو طويل جدا ولكن حامدا أطول منه إنه أطول طالب في فصلنا ومن أطول طالب في فصلكم ومن أطول طالب في فصلكم أحمد أطول طالب في فصلنا إبراهيم أطول طالب أطول طالب في فصلنا إبراهيم علي أدفترك هذا يا أحمد أدفترك هذا يا أحمد إن خطك جميل جدا ما شاء الله إن خطك جميل جدا ما شاء الله أحمد شكرا يا علي خطي جميل وخطك أجمل شكرا يا علي خطي جميل وخطك أجمل علي من هذا الفتى الذي من هذا الفتى الذي معك يا أحمد كأنه أخوك من هذا الفتى الذي معك يا أحمد كأنه أخوك أحمد نعم هو أخي الشقيق هو أخي الشقيق أي هو أخي الشقيق علي أأكبر منك هو أم أصغر أأكبر منك هو أم أصغر أحمد هو أصغر مني هو أصغر مني علي في أي مهجع أنت يا أخي في أي مهجع أنت يا أخي أحمد أنا في المهجع الخامس وهو بعيد جدا عن الجامعة علي أنا في المهجع الثامن وهو أبعد من مهجعكم أحمد أيهما أحسن علي المهجع الخامس أحسن فإن غرفه أوسع ونوافذه أكبر ومراضي ومراحيضه أنظف والسرر التي فيه أجمل بلا شك طيب So let's begin with the explanation here. Ahmed says كم طالبا في فصلكم يا علي ما معنى هذه الجملة ما معنى هذا السؤال اكتبوا الجواب كلكم right درسنا هذه القاعدة we studied this principle في الكتاب الأول نعم When the word comes after kam, then it takes two fathas. Okay? So how many students are in your classroom, O Ali? Ali says, قال علي في فصلنا 14 طالبا. أربعة meaning 4, عشرة meaning 10. When you see this construction, we're going to explain it. We're going to explain it soon. Then the meaning is 14. Okay? طالبا. So in our classroom, there are 14 students. صح? In our classroom. ما معنى الطلاب في فصلنا أكثر؟ الطلاب, the students, في فصلنا, in our classroom, أكثر, are more. فيه 19 طالبا, in it are 19 students, which of course is أكثر من 14 طالبا. صح؟ يا علي، ما اسم الطالب الجديد الذي جاء أمس؟ ما معنى هذه الجملة أو هذا السؤال؟ ما اسم الطالب الجديد الذي جاء أمس؟ أمس means yesterday. Okay? أمسي means yesterday. Sometimes you'll find in the Quran بالأمس, right? With a ba, harf ba, with alif lam. Then what this word means is in the past. Okay? Ams means like yesterday. Yes, like today is what? Today is Saturday, right? Ams was al-Jum'ah, Yawm al-Jum'ah. But if I say bil ams, then it can refer to Jum'ah or it can refer to Yawm al-Khamis, which is the Thursday, or Yawm al-Arbi'a, Wednesday, Yawm al-Thulatha, Tuesday, Yawm al-Ithnain, Monday, Yawm al-Ahad, Sunday. It can refer to months ago, right? Weeks ago. This is when you say bil ams, yani in the past. But ams, if you want to talk about yesterday, yani Jum'ah, yesterday, then يعني اليوم الذي فات, then you say أمس, yesterday. هذا واضح؟ طيب. So what is the name? What is the name of the new student الذي جاء أمس? The one who came yesterday. Ali, he said اسمه أسامة. اسمه, ما معنى اسمه أسامة? His name is Usama, right? This who? ضمير منفصل أو ضمير متصل؟ أيهما صحيح؟ متصل. طيب. Where does it refer back to? يعني أين يعود الضمير? Where does الضمير return back to? يعود إلى الطالب الجديد. أحسنت. Alright, so the ضمير is عائد إلى الطالب الجديد. يعني الذي جاء أمس. أحمد هو طويل جدا. ما معنى هذه العبارة؟ He is extremely tall or very tall, right? جدا is a word to denote emphasis. Take the meaning of emphasizing, right? أليس كذلك؟ ما معنى أليس كذلك؟ Is that not the case, or isn't it so? طيب. If you wanted to respond in the affirmative, what would you say? If you want to agree with this individual, would you say نعم? Good. You would say بلى. أحسنتم. Okay, you would say بلى. All right. If you were to say نعم, then what would that mean? You're essentially saying no, right? يعني you're saying ليس كذلك. That is not the case, right? Or rather, you're giving a negative response. All right. Affirming negation. There you go. Ali says بلى. Look, so he agrees with him, right? He says بلى هو طويل جدا. ولكن حامدا أطول منه. Okay, ما معنى هو طويل جدا? We said that yes, he is very tall. ولكن of course being حرف عطف meaning and. لكن, all right. So here we have لكن and كأن. These are known to be the sisters of inna. So you have inna wa akhawatuha. So inna wa akhawatuha. All right. The reason why we say it had sisters is because they take the same ruling as inna, right? So we learned the ruling of inna before, right? It makes the ism that comes after it enter into mansub, the state of nasb, and it changes its name, and khabar changes its name as well. The same thing with ka'anna and lakinna. Ka'anna, this is a tool to mean as if, okay? As if, right? It's likening something to something else, okay? كأن محمدا أسد. As if Muhammad is a lion, right? There's a tashbih going on. There's a resemblance going on. This is the meaning of كأن, as if. طيب. لكن means but. In both instances, the ism that comes after it will be called ism كأن or ism لكن. All right, and it'll enter into the state of nasb. Yani it'll become mansub. This explains why it says here ولكن حامدا. Why is it حامدا? Why is this word mansub? Because of لكن. أين العامل؟ أين العامل؟ اكتب الجواب. العامل أين هو؟ لكن. أحسنت. وأين المعمول؟ أحسنت. حامد. طيب، فنستخدم يعني هذه المصطلحات بقدر الاستطاعة. طيب, so we'll try to use these terminologies to the best of our ability. خير. So ولكن حامدا, all right. Then it says here أطول منه. أطول منه. So يعني let's write down this word أطول and we'll explain it soon. أطول. We previously came over what? We saw what? أكثر. I want you to pay attention to these words that I write down, okay? You'll see that they share a similar format or wazn. We'll call it wazn. Wazn means form. Let's write out form. Waznun. Meaning scale, form. The gem is awzan. Okay? You see that these words are in the same wazn. Atwalu minhu. However, Hamid is atwalu minhu. He is taller. Right? Take a look at these words. Atwalu, you see the words, you see the letters, the huruf, ta, and waw, and lam here. Sah. They share the same root letters as the word tawil. Tawil. This word is share the same root letters as tawil. طيب. إنه أطول طالب في فصلنا. في فصلنا. طيب. إنه. أين يعود الضمير هو? Where does the ضمير, the pronoun who, return back to? إنه أطول طالب. يعني, remember we're still talking about Hamid. So إنه meaning إن حامدا أطول طالب في فصلنا. He is the tallest student in our classroom. ومن أطول طالب في فصلكم. And who is the tallest student in your classroom? Okay, who is the tallest student in your classroom? أحمد says أطول طالب في فصلنا إبراهيم. ما معنى هذه الجملة؟ ما معنى هذا القول? The statement. Ibrahim is the tallest student in our classroom. أحسنت. Okay. أطول طالب, the tallest student في فصلنا in our classroom is Ibrahim. If you want to do a literal translation. Ali, he says, أدفترك هذا يا أحمد. أدفترك هذا يا أحمد. ما معنى هذا السؤال؟ Is this your notebook? Oh Ahmed, إن خطك جميل جدا. ما شاء الله. Here, إن خطك. Okay, this word خط means writing. طيب. For example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says towards the end of Surah Al-Ankabut, وَمَا كُنْتَ تَتْلُو مِنْ قَبْلِهِ مِنْ كِتَابٍ وَلَا تَخُطُّهُ. وَلَا تَخُطُّهُ. This is the verb version. وَلَا تَخُطُّهُ بِيَمِينِكَ. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is speaking to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and telling him that before the Quran was revealed to him, he didn't read anything from the previous books, the previous scriptures. All right. وَلَا تَخُطُّهُ بِيَمِينِكَ. Nor did he write it down. Nor did he write it down. And this was some of the claims of those kuffar. All right. So the word khat means writing. إن خطك جميل جدا. ما معنى هذه الجملة؟ هذا القول. ما شاء الله. Indeed or verily. يعني inna is an emphasizer, right? You translate it as you wish, as long as you denote the meaning of a tawqid. Indeed, your writing is extremely beautiful or very beautiful. Ma Allah. Ma Allah. All right. And the correct way to pronounce this is Ma Allah. Ma Allah. Open your mouth and elongate. Ma Allah. Like many people say mashallah, mashallah, or mashallah, or hakadha. That's incorrect. Because if you were to say mashallah, then the meaning is masha yamshi means to walk. So you're saying that Allah walked. Wa'yadhu billah. So it's very important that we pronounce these phrases correctly, especially when it comes to mentioning Allah's name and the name of the Prophet ﷺ or anything in Islam. You have to make sure that we pronounce it correctly. Khairan. This is a statement that's used whenever you see something that is pleasing to you. All right. طيب. Ahmad says, Shukran ya Ali. Thank you, O Ali. خطي جميل وخطك أجمل. Jamilun, I'm pretty sure we went over that word already, right? Inna Allah jamilun wa yuhibbul jamal. Indeed, Allah is beautiful and He loves beautiful and He loves beauty. Okay? Ajmalu, right? If you notice, it's on the same wazn as atwalu and aktharu. Aktharu. طيب, we're going to explain in a couple moments. All right. ما معنى هذه الجملة أو هذا القول؟ Thank you, O Ali. My writing is beautiful and your writing is even more beautiful. من هذا الفتى الذي معك يا أحمد؟ كأنه أخوك. كأنه أخوك. طيب, ما معنى هذا القول؟ اكتبوا الجواب كلكم لو سمحتم. ما معنى هذه الجملة؟ هذا القول. من هذا الفتى الذي معك يا أحمد كأنه أخوك? Who is the young boy or young man, the one who is with you, O Ahmed? It's as if he is أخوك. He is your brother. طيب. كأنه, of course, this who returns back to what? الفتى. أخوك. Ka here refers back to who? Ahmed. Okay? Because, of course, Ali is talking directly to Ahmed. طيب. Can someone explain to me? اشرح لي لماذا why تكون الواو بين الخاء والكاف. Why is the waw between kha, harf al-kha, wa harf al-kaf? Why can't we just say akhuka, akhuka, with no waw, biduni waw, without any waw? Because the word akh is like that. طيب. بيني كلامك. Clarify your speech. ما العلة؟ ما السبب؟ أحسنت. It is one of the 5 words that needs a waw. When does it need a waw? Anytime you see the word, it has a waw? Or are there specific conditions that must be present for this word to have a waw? طيب. What conditions? طبعا. بلا شك. طيب. What is the condition here? It has to be مضاف. It has to be مضاف, right? It has to be إضافة. إضافة has to be applied. خير. أحسنت. طيب. If you take a look at the word who, in terms of grammar, we know it's a ضمير متصل, صح? But what will we classify this ضمير متصل as in this sentence? كأنه أخوك. Will we say this is مبتدأ or خبر or مفعول به, اسم مجرور? What will we call this who? We have كأن and then who. مبتدأ. Someone says مبتدأ. Another person says مبتدأ. طيب. We said over here that كأن and لكن are the sisters of inna. So far we studied what? Inna. What's the other word we learned? لعل, if you all remember, last class. لعل. Now we have كأن and لكن. All right. The reason why لكن and كأن are known as sisters is because they work the same way as inna in terms of nahu. All right. So what's going to happen here is this ضمير that comes after, where is it? Right here. That comes after كأن, we don't call it مبتدأ no more. Rather, it changes its name to اسم كأن. فهمتم? فاهمين? And أخوك, what would you call أخوك? What would you call أخوك? خبر كأن. أحسنت. أحسنت. خبر كأن. طيب. If I were to erase لو حذفنا كأن من الجملة ماذا نسمي ضمير الهاء? If we were to erase كأن from the sentence, what will we call the ha? مبتدا. أحسنتم. Right? So instead of who, it'll be هو. هو أخوك. هو would be the مبتدا. While أخوك would be what? خبر, or if you want to be more specific, خبر المبتدا. Right? Because at the end of the day, it's the predicate for the subject. خبر المبتدا. ممتاز. أحسنتم. طيب. Ahmed says, نعم هو أخي الشقيق. الشقيق. الشقيق, this word means brother, right? But it's different from أخٌ, as it references having the same mother. Okay? If you have the same mother, then that person's referenced as your shaqiq. So they're referred to as your blood brother. All right? Your blood brother. طيب. Then he says, أكبر منك هو أم أصغر. Now we have 2 new words here. They're on the same form as أكثر, أطول, وهكذا. أكبر and what أصغر. طيب أكبر منك هو أم أصغر. All right, we don't know what these words mean, right? Let's assume that we don't know what the words mean. But however, we could kind of figure out what it means by looking at the root letters. If you take a look at the word akbaru, right? You can see the letters kaf, ba, and ra there. أليس كذلك? طيب. So then what word do we know has the same letters in it? All right, and this is a essential skill to build. And this is something that you're going to build as you progress in your Arabic studies. Trying to identify words based off of their root letters. Sometimes you may come across a word, you don't know what it means, right? You've never seen it in a particular wazn, particular form, but you know what that word means in another form. So because you have that previous knowledge of what that word means in the other form, that kind of gives you an idea of what that word means in this context, in this new form. All right. So akbaru, we know kabir, right? Likewise, asgharu, we don't know what asgharu means. Let's assume that we don't know what it means. But we take a look at the word, we look at the root letters, sad, ghain, and ra. Okay? Kibr, good, ahsant. That's another word that's derived from the same root letters. Okay? Saghir, ahsant. All right? So here, what Ali is saying here is أأنت أكبر منك or أكبر منك هو أم أصغر. أكبر منك هو أم أصغر. Is he bigger than you? Am أصغر or smaller. Is he bigger than you or is he smaller? Ahmed says هو أصغر مني. هو أصغر مني. He is smaller than me. طيب. All right, before we move on to the next page, let's explain what's going on between these 5 words. Here we have aktharu, we have atwalu, we have ajmalu, akbaru, asgharu. Once again, these words share the same wazn. You guys see how the first word, the first letter is what? A hamza with a fatha, right? The second letter has a sukoon. Third letter has a fatha in all of these instances, and the last letter has a dhamma. This is something that's known as ism tafdeel. Ismu at-tafdeeli. All right, and the ism tafdeel has 2 usages. Okay, either used as superlative or comparative. They say in English. All right. So this okay. When we say superlative, or let's put comparative first. That's easier to understand, and then and of course you're going to write this in your Nahwu portion of the book, right? Because when it comes time for the exam, yani, it's faster to review from your notebook in which you organize for Madina Book 2, right? For those students who weren't with us with Madina Book 1, we said that it's imperative for every student to be organized when they seek knowledge, all right? And that your organization is going to help you later on when it comes time to review that knowledge and save you a lot of time. طيب, so when you take this course and any other course in general, you should always have a notebook and section that notebook off into sections. طيب, you have a section for vocabulary if you're studying Arabic, right? You have a section for vocabulary. You have a section for Nahu, the Nahu rules that are being taught. You have a section for phrases, etc. All right, and then you section the Nahwu portion based off of chapter. So chapter 1 is on one page, right? You don't mix the chapters all in one page. That's a mistake, because then it's going to become confusing to review that material. But rather you have one page for chapter 1. These are the grammar rules taught in lesson 1 on one page with the explanation. Then a new page you have chapter 2. These are all the grammar rules taught in chapter 2. وهكذا. طيب. This is going to help you tremendously as you progress in your studies. بإذن الله تعالى. طيب. So I hope everyone's writing down this on the third page of their grammar section of Madina book 2. طيب. So we have comparative. This is when you compare. You are comparing between two entities. It could be object, it could be people, وهكذا. All right? You have the first noun, and you have first noun, which is known as al-mufaddal. Let's write it in Arabic. Al-mufaddal. Okay, this is a template right here, okay? Let's put plus. And then you will have the ism tafdil. Ism tafdil is what you see here, like aktharu, atwalu, ajmalu, akbaru, asgharu. That's referred to as ism tafdil. Right, mudaf mudaf ilayhi. And then you have the al-mufaddal alayhi. Okay, so you have three components here. Okay, if you want to compare between two things or more, you're going to have three components. The first, al-mufaddal. Al-mufaddal means the thing that is given preference to. Okay, the thing that's given preference to. All right, ism tafdil is the word that you're using. Like, what is the description? What is that person bigger than? What is the person more than, or the thing more than? What? Who is he more beautiful than? Who is he bigger than? Smaller than? Hakada. Okay. And al-mufaddal alayhi is the thing which is lesser. Yani, the thing that's being compared against. All right. So the thing that's being compared to the actual ism tafdil, the comparison, and the person or thing that's being compared against. So basically, if you want to say Muhammadun, let's use one of these words here. Let's say ajmalu. Ajmalu. You just follow the template, okay? Ajmalu. And in this instance, ism tafdil has to be followed by the word min. Okay? Min. Guys see here min? Let's add the min as well, so I don't get confused. Plus min. Min, and let's say Zaid. Zaidun. All right? So the sentence here is Muhammadun ajmalu min Zaidin. The meaning of this sentence is that Muhammad is more beautiful than Zaid. Okay? Al-Mufaddal, Muhammad. It's mentioned first, right? Ism al-Tafdil, Ajmalu in this instance. Then you have the min, and then you have Al-Mufaddal alayhi. Because min comes before this word Zaid, Al-Mufaddal alayhi, it enters into majroor. It enters the state of jar. So it becomes majroor. This explains why it's two castles here. Because the min. All right? So Muhammadun ajmalu min Zaidin. You're comparing Muhammad to Zaid in terms of beauty. All right? Now, this is how the structure is. Okay, this is the first thing. This is the structure. طيب. هذا واضح? Is that clear so far? It's a template. طيب. Take a look at the ism tafdil. The ism tafdeel has to follow a certain wazn, as we mentioned before. It has to follow a certain scale. And the scale is what is known as af'alu. Okay, this is the scale that the word has to enter into. All right, any word in which you want to compare between two people or entities, then that word has to follow this scale of af'alu. Okay, so here we have aktharu. You guys see the comparison? Atwalu. You take the three root letters of that word, here thad, ta, waw, and lam, and you enter this word into the scale of af'alu. So you substitute fa with ta, and ayn with waw, and lam. Of course, you keep lam here because lam is part of root letters. And then it becomes atwalu. Same thing with ajmalu, jamil. You have the word jamil. Ajmalu, af'alu. Khair. So all you're doing is substituting the root letters of the word and placing them into this scale. All right, you may be thinking to yourself, why are the letters fa, ayn, and lam used? Okay, these letters are used because they reference the root letter of the word. All right, we mentioned many times before that many words of the Arabic language all return back to three major root letters. Okay, they return back to three major root letters. And we said in the past, when words share the same root letters, then they also have a share in the meaning. All right, the reason why fa, ayn, and lam are used is because they reference the radical, the letter, the root letter. What is the original root letter? So for example, we have here fa. This is known as fa'ul kalima. Let's write this word down. It's known as fa'u kalima, which is known as the first radical, or first root letter of a word. Okay, then you have ainul kalima, which is known as what? Second radical, or second root letter of a word. And then you have lamul kalima, which is the third radical, or third root letter of a word. طيبين? So if I were to ask you, for example, the word akbaru, aina fa'ul kalima, or ma fa'ul kalima, what is the fa'ul kalima? Yani, what is the first radical of akbaru? We would say ahsantum kaf. Right? This is the first radical. طيب. Aina lamul kalima in the word akbaru. Aina lamul kalima. Akbaru. Ra. Ahsantum. This is the third. Right? Aina ainul kalima. Ainul kalima. The second radical. Ba. Okay? Khayran. So now when you hear me, like, I'm going to reference these terms now. طيب. So you take a look at this form and you enter the appropriate radicals, or you enter the radicals in their appropriate space. So let's have like a few tadribat in terms of this. We have the word, for example, qabih. ما معنى qabih? Ugly, right? Samin. ما معنى samin? I don't think we went over this word. No, samin means fat. Somebody wrote thin. Nahif is thin. Nahifun meaning thin, and saminun meaning fat. All right. Samin can be a description for a person, or it can actually refer to, like, fat on an animal, like the fat, or shahm, they also call it. خير. أين فاء الكلمة لكلمة قبيح؟ أين فاء الكلمة لقبيح؟ قاف. Good. أين عين الكلمة لقبيح؟ عين الكلمة. Second radical. For قبيح, ba. Good. And أين لام الكلمة? لام الكلمة, ha. Okay. Yeah, here is considered to be harf zaid. Okay, extra letter in the wazn. It's not considered to be a part of the form, the root letters. طيب. What about samin? أين لام الكلمة for the word samin? Samin. Noon. أحسنت. أين عين الكلمة لسمين? عين الكلمة ميم. سمين. Good. ميم. And أين فاء الكلمة? فاء الكلمة سين. أحسنتم. What about نحيف? أين فاء الكلمة؟ نحيف. نون. What about عين الكلمة for نحيف؟ لنحيف حاء. طيب. What about لام الكلمة لنحيف؟ فاء. أحسنتم. ما شاء الله تبارك الله. هذا سهل. نعم أليس كذلك؟ خيرا. Now, what I want the students to do now is to convert these three words into the ism tafdil. So how would you convert qabihun and make it ism tafdil form? What would you say? Qabihun becomes what? Becomes aqbahu. Ahsant, right? You look at the form. This is the form right here. Af'alu. Okay? So we have aqbahu. Ahsantum. What about samin? What would you say here? Asma nu. Okay, pay attention. Asma nu. طيب, the ain kalima has to have fatha on it. طيب, what about nahif? What would you say? An ha fu. Anhafu. خير. أحسنتم. هذا سهل. طيب. All right. So now let's use these words in a sentence. Let's use these three words in a sentence. We have al-mufaddal, ism tafdil, min al-mufaddal alayhi. Write down a sentence using ism tafdil. One of these ism tafdil. Write down a sentence. What would you say? مثلا مثلني علي أقبح من زيد. Good. So you have علي أقبح. And then look, the sister said min Zaid. Ahsant. All right. If you take a look at this sentence, it follows the same template as we have here. أليس كذلك؟ أين المفضل في علي أقبح من زيد في هذه الجملة؟ أين المفضل؟ علي. أحسنت. أين اسم تفضيل؟ أقبح. أحسنت. من, of course, being min. And أين المفضل عليه؟ المفضل عليه زيد. أحسنت. طيب, let's see what other sentence you all wrote. خالد أنحف من محمد. طيب, خالد أنحف من محمد. طيب, أين المفضل؟ المفضل خالد. أين الاسم التفضيل؟ أنحف من. أن أين المفضل عليه؟ محمد. أحسنت. هذا واضح. Is it clear how to compare between two entities? We have a template, we have some examples, and we have some terminologies. طيب. With practice, it makes perfect, inshallah ta'ala. طيب. This is one form of ism tafdeel. You can compare between two people. Okay? This is known as comparative. But ism tafdeel also has another usage, and that is to say superlative, which means the most of. The most of. So, for example, you take a look at this story. It says here, إنه أطول طالب في فصلنا. All right. Here we see the word أطول, صح? إنه, who here in this instance is known as al-mufaddal, right? Because this is the person that we're giving preference to, صح? So indeed he is, يعني حامد, he is أطول. طيب. Here's ism tafdeel. Okay? But let me ask you a question. When you read this sentence, is Aliyun making a comparison between Hamid and someone else? Right? There's not a direct comparison. Okay? However, what he's saying here is that this person is the biggest. All right? Or tallest, I should say. But there's not yani, specifying one other person as being shorter as an individual. There's no specification going on here. All right, so this is a more general, absolute statement. All right, so here he's saying what? إنه أطول طالب في فصلنا. Right? This is what's known as a superlative. Yani the tallest student in our class. If you want to express this type of meaning, then you take a look at the word here, طالبٍ, the word that comes after it, yani it works kind of like idafa here. Does it not? Look, أطول طالبٍ. It works similar to idafa, صح? So the word that comes after it is going to enter in the state of jar, and it's going to become majrur. All right. Sometimes you can mention this word, and sometimes you could just omit it. You can omit it. You don't have to mention it. Like for example over here, وَخَطُّكَ أَجْمَلُ. Does it say أَجْمَلُ and then خَطٍ, for example, after it? La, just stop right there. أَجْمَلُ. Okay, this is the instance of superlative. Yani, your writing is the most beautiful. All right? It's not written, but it's implied. خَطٍ, but it's not written. So sometimes you can write it, and sometimes you can omit it. You guys see this? Likewise, Allahu Akbar. Right? Allahu Akbaru is the instance of Ism Tafdeel. That Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. All right? However, what's implied is what? There's nothing written after it. We don't say anything after it. We don't say it. We don't pronounce it. However, it's implied something. What is it implied? Min kulli shay. All right? Min kulli shay. Allahu Akbaru min kulli shay. All right? That comparison is not explicitly mentioned. Right? You don't see it. You don't hear it. But it is what? Implied. It is implied. Ayran? In this instance, it works as superlative. Yani the most beautiful, the greatest. وهكذا. هذا واضح? The two ways we can use ism tafdeel. We can use it as a comparative or as a superlative. As a superlative, There is a comparison, but you don't see it. It's not clear. It's implied. It's not explicit. فهمتم؟ طيب. هو أصغر مني. Okay, take a look at this word, this sentence right here. هو أصغر مني. أين المفضل؟ هو. أين اسم تفضيل؟ أصغر من, right? You have the min as well. And where is the أين المفضل عليه? The good. يا متكلم. All right. يعني he is smaller than me. أحسنتم. Let's move on to next page. في أي مهجع أنت يا أخي؟ ما معنى مهجع. مهجع refers to a dormitory room, building. Dorms يعني. Okay, new word. Let's write down the word. ما معنى هذه الجملة؟ Yeah, you could say hostel as well. I noticed more people from Europe that use this word, hostel. But yeah, it's a place where a person stays for a period of time. في أي مهجع أنت يا أخي? In which dorm are you in, oh my brother? Dormitory. Yes, that's the entire word. أنا في المهجع الخامس. I'm in the. ما معنى الخامس? I'm in the fifth dorm. وهو بعيد جدا عن الجامعة. ما معنى هذه الجملة؟ هذا القول؟ And it is very far from the university. All right. Here it says عن, صح? But as we mentioned before, when you translate, you have to translate in a way that it makes sense. The meaning is clear, right? Sometimes the literal translation will not make sense whatsoever. Okay, so for that reason, you have to switch around the words in order to make sense in your language. خيرا. Also, here هو, where does هو refer back to? أين يعود الضمير هو? مهجع, صح? طيب. So this tells us al-mahja', right? When we take a look at the word mahja', we don't know whether it's a masculine or feminine, right? We have inclination that is masculine, but it could be a feminine, yani, as in it's a special word, right? Like Madina Book 1, we studied those 6 conditions. طيب. However, huwa brings yaqeen, certainty, and tells us this word al-mahja' is indeed a masculine mudhakkar. It's a mudhakkar. Okay, it's a masculine word. طيب. So whenever you come across a new word, try to think, okay, is this masculine or feminine? If there's no signs of feminine, then you deal with it as a masculine, unless the context shows you otherwise. All right? أنا في المهجع الثامن وهو أبعد من مهجعكم. ما معنى هذه الجملة? We have the word أبعد. أبعد is on the same scale of أفعل, صح? What do you think the word أبعد means? Well, first, what other word do you know shares the same root letters? بعيد. بعيد. أحسنتم. So أبعد will be what? Further away. Okay? وهو بعيد جدا عن الجامعة. هو أبعد من مهجعكم. ما معنى? And it is further away from your dormitory. أيهما أحسن. Now we have no word. أحسن. Same scale, right? What word shares the same root letters as أحسن? حسن, right? Or حسنة. خير. So what is the meaning here? أيهما أحسن. Best or better. Good. أحسن عملا, right? In the beginning of Surah Al-Mulk. In order to test you, which of you are the best in actions. Indeed. أحسن عملا. خير. أيهم, which of the two are better or the best? يعني better than the other, because the comparison between the two. المهجع الخامس أحسن فإن غرفه أوسع. أوسع. Do we know a word that shares the same root letters as أوسع? Good. So what do you think the meaning here? What do you think is the meaning here? غرف, of course, being the gem for what? ما مفرد غرف. غرف. Good. أوسع meaning wider, spacious, more spacious. غرفة being the مفرد. أحسنتم. فإن غرفه. لماذا قال غرفه؟ لماذا هذه الكلمة منصوب؟ اسم إن. أحسنتم. Okay, because why? غرفه اسم إن. طيب. غرفة, so this explains why there's a fatha on the fa. أوسع. Okay. The fifth dormitory is better, for verily its rooms are more spacious. Spacious. ونوافذه. نوافذ is جمع for what كلمة? أي كلمة؟ نافذة. طيب. ونوافذه أكبر. Okay, ما معنى ونوافذه أكبر? And its windows are bigger. ومراضيحه ومراحيضه أنظف. أنظف. What is the word that shares the same root letters as أنظف? What word do you know shares the same root letters? Not windows. Okay, good. نظيف. أحسنتم. Okay. طيب. مراحيض. What is the مفرد مراحيض? What do you think it is? مرحاض. Just like مصابيح, right? Like you start to look, right? It mentions مصابيح. What is the mufrad of مصابيح? Who knows the mufrad for مصابيح? Misbah. All right. So you'll learn, inshallah ta'ala, as you progress, that if you see a word on a particular scale, and that's the gem form of that word, you can kind of figure out, or rather you can figure out the mufrad of that word by simply recalling another word that you're familiar with that share the same root letters, share the same form, wasn't. So if you don't know marahid, what's the mufrad for that word, then think about another word that shares the same scale as marahid. يعني مصابيح. مصابيح. What is the mufrad for مصابيح? Misbah. Therefore, the mufrad for marahid has to be mirhad. You guys with me? Is that clear? طيب. أنظف is cleaner. والسرر التي فيه أجمل. طيب. سرر هذه الكلمة جمع أي كلمة؟ ما مفرد؟ سرير. أحسنتم. لماذا قال التي؟ التي. طيب. جمع تكسير. أحسنت. لماذا قال التي؟ أحسنت. So the object here is what? جمع غير عاقل. جمع غير عاقل. So it's treated as what? As مؤنث. Okay. فيه أجمل. And the beds that are in it. فيه. This ha. أين يعود الضمير he? فيه. فيه. لا. غرف لا. ليس غرف. فيه. والسرر التي فيه. أحسنت. المهجع يعني في المهجع. Okay, in the dorm. يعني the beds that are in the dorm أجمل. Okay, remember he's still comparing between the two dormitories. خيرا. طيب أحسنتم. All right. All right, so let's give the homework inshallah ta'ala. And have a lot of homework. So I guess inshallah ta'ala today. أحسنوا. أحسنوا. Seen has a fatha. Yes. أحسنوا. أفعل أوسع. Oh yes, I made a mistake here. جزاك الله خيرا. أحسنوا. طيب, so let's give the tamarin and that will be today's lesson. طيب. It's a lot of homework. Perhaps, on what's today? Saturdays? Saturdays we'll give less homework, and then on Sundays we give more homework. Because Saturday you only have a day until the next class, and then Sunday you have a whole entire week. Or less than a week, inshallah ta'ala. طيب. So let's go on tamarin. Let's explain the homework and you all can fill out at home. Of course, you have to record yourself reciting this lesson, okay? I want to make sure that you're pronouncing every word correctly. Make sure you practice 3 or 4 times so that when you record, you're not stumbling over your words. So here, تمارين. أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية. كم طالبا في فصل أحمد؟ لماذا أقول في فصل أحمد؟ أحمد. لماذا أحمد؟ ما السبب؟ ما العلة في ذلك؟ ممنوع من الصرف. أحمد is ممنوع من الصرف. أحسنت. So these يعني أسئلة are going to be حول القصة or حول الحوار. Conversation. Alright. كم طالبا في فصل علي? Alright. The answers are in the conversation. من أطول طالب في فصل أحمد? Who is the tallest student in the classroom of Ahmed or Ahmed's classroom? ومن أطول طالب في فصل علي? And who is the tallest student in the classroom of Ali? The answer for these 4 questions will be found in the حوار. Okay. ضع هذه العلامة أو هذه العلامة أمام الجمل الصحيحة وهذه العلامة أمام الجمل التي ليست صحيحة. Okay, so clear, right? We went over this type of exercise many times in the past. We don't have to explain it. Place a X or a صح علامة الصحيح where suitable في مكان مناسب. طيب, next we have اقرأ الأمثلة الآتية لاسم التفضيل. طيب, so let's read this together. This is the example, okay? هاشم طويل وحامد أطول منه. Hashim is tall and Hamid is taller than him. أين المفضل؟ المفضل. حامد. أين اسم التفضيل؟ أطول من. All right, you have the min here. And أين المفضل عليه؟ Who. All right. Who referring back to Hashim. طيب, آمنة صغيرة وزينب أصغر منها. Amina is small and Zainab is smaller than her. طيب, أين المفضل? Quickly. زينب. أين اسم تفضيل؟ أصغر من. And أين المفضل عليه؟ ها. ما شاء الله. Somebody wrote an answer before I've asked. طيب. So here you have هذا الكتاب أسهل من ذاك. Okay, so I here just want you to simply read these sentences. Okay, What I want you to do for homework is translate the sentences. Translate these sentences. So هذا الكتاب أسهل. This is the no تفضيل. Can anyone figure out what أسهل mean? What word do we know share the same root letters as أسهل? سهل, right? So what do you think سهل means? What do you think أسهل mean? أسهل, easier. Okay, good. And this book is easier من ذاك. يعني من ذاك الكتاب, than that book. هذه السيارة أجمل من تلك. حمزة أكبر مني سنا. سنا meaning عمر, يعني age. Okay. هؤلاء الطلاب أحسن من أولئك. بيتي أبعد عن المدرسة من بيتك. هو أصغر منا سنا. خطي أحسن من خطك. هذا الشارع أنظف من ذلك. اللبن أحسن من الشاي. هذه الساعة أرخص من تلك. أرخص, what word do you think share the same root letters as أرخص? رخاص, رخيص. أحسنت. ما معنى أرخص؟ أرخص. Cheaper than. Good. All right, so I just want you to simply translate it. I want to make sure that you understand how this grammar rule is being applied. For كون جملا من الكلمات الآتية مستعملا اسم تفضيل. So now you have 10 sentences or 10 sentences or 10 يعني lines, and you have to make اسم تفضيل sentence out of it. So basically everything we did here, we already did it, right? With قبيح and سمين and نحيف. Just simply create these sentences. Here you have the words. خير. هذا سهل, صح? Is it clear? واضح؟ طيب. التمرين الخامس, we have اقرأ الأمثلة ثم حول الجمل الآتية على غرارها مستعملا اسم تفضيل. طيب. So here we have some examples. محمد طالب حسن. Then it says محمد أحسن طالب في الفصل. Okay, أحسن طالب في الفصل. So now you're not going to be doing comparative, but rather you're going to do the superlative. The superlative. All right. محمد طالب حسن. محمد أحسن طالب في الفصل. All right. He's the best student in the classroom. Notice the word that comes after the ism tafdil here it's in the state of jar. يعني it's مجرور. خيران. Likewise here. هذا بيت جميل. هذا أجمل بيت في الشارع. آمنة طالبة صغيرة. آمنة أصغر طالبة في المدرسة. أصغر طالبة في المدرسة. You have to do the same thing for these next how many? 10 sentences. طيب. هذه غرفة صغيرة. What would you say here? Write down the answer. اكتب الجواب. You would say what? هذه أصغر. أصغر what? غرفة and then في بيتنا. بيتنا. This is the smallest room in our home. Okay. Bilal لاعب means a player. Okay, a person who plays a game. It could be any sport. It could be soccer. It could be football, basketball, baseball. All right, لاعب, one who plays. What would you say here? Bilal لاعب حسن. You would say what? We want to say he's the best player in Africa. Bilal أحسن لاعب في أفريقيا. Okay. ياسر رجل فقير في قريتنا. قرية, of course, meaning what? Town. Okay. What would you say here? Yasir. What would you say here? We want to say he's the poorest man in our town. Af, right? We're going to change to the af'alu. We say af, qa, ru. And then what do we say after that? Raju, lin. And then the end of the sentence. في قريتنا. وهكذا لسائر الجمل. Inshallah ta'ala. طيب, let's take a look at any new vocabulary. الدكتور زكريا طبيب شهير. We all know what shahir means, right? Al-Azhar جامعة قديمة. Al-Azhar referring to a jamia in Misr, okay, in modern day Egypt. الأستاذ نعمان مدرس حسن. Okay, خير. هذا درس صعب. هذا فصل واسع. خير. Next we have for homework اقرأ المثالين ثم اربط بين كل جملتين فيما يلي مستعملا لكن واعلم أن لكن من أخوات إن. طيب, so يعني here we have some sentences, or rather two examples here we're going to read first. الطلاب كثير. الفصل صغير. الطلاب كثير ولا rather الطلاب كثير لكن الفصل صغير. There's no wow there. It's a bit faded out. But I hope your copies at home that this is not faded out. So that's clear, inshallah ta'ala. طيب. الطلاب كثير. You have two sentences, right? Here the author wants you to what? Add the word lakinna. And remember that that lakinna is a sister of inna. So it's going to work the same way as inna. Al-fasla is ism lakinna. And saghirun is the khabar lakinna. So therefore, al-fasl has to be mansub. Same thing here. Hamidun mujtahidun. The second sentence, sadiquhu kaslanu. Hamidun mujtahidun. Lakinna sadiqahu. Sadiqahu kaslanu. هذا واضح? Okay. Muhammadun tawilun, Hamidun qasirun. How would we construct this? We will write Muhammadun what? Tawilun. صح. Lakinna what? We say lakinna Hami. What would I say here? Would I say lakinna Hamidun? La. لكن حامدا أحسنت قصير. Okay, and if you can put one line to highlight the ism lakinna and put two lines to indicate the khabar lakinna. All right, do the same thing for the rest of the sentences. Let's see if there's any new words here. سيارتي إبراهيم فقير غني. All right, I don't see no words, but let's go on number 7 quickly. اقرأ المثالين ثم أدخل كأن remember كأن is a sister على الجمل الآتية علما بأن كأن من أخوات إن. Okay, so now same exact thing but with كأن now. All right, same exact thing. Two examples. من هذا الفتى كأنه أخوك. من هذه الطفلة كأنها أختك. All right, here you have 6 sentences. You understand what you have to do here, right? Just look at the examples. Now we have number 8. التمرين الثامن اقرأ ما يلي. All right. Oh, subhanAllah, we didn't even explain numbers yet. All right, you know what? We'll explain this tomorrow, inshallah. I'll do the time. It's been more than an hour. And numbers probably take like a longer amount of time, inshallah, to explain. So yeah, so this will be so we'll end here. Okay. Number 8, Tamreen Athamin. We'll explain tomorrow bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Any questions regards to what we studied so far? Is it clear? Is everything clear so far? All right, remember, a lot of information is coming. So you have to stay on top of your game and try to review as much as possible. All right, review as much as possible, because you'll find that if you don't review, it's going to start to pile on and pile on and pile on, and then it's going to become difficult to continue. But stay on top of your game and try to keep up with the work in Allah Ta'ala. All right. Number 7. Number 7. Okay, number 7 is the same thing like number 6, but you see how number 6 says here lakinna, using lakinna. Here for number 7, you use ka'anna. All right, so we take a look at the examples. Here we have example alif and b, ba. Man hadha al-fata ka'annahu akhuka. You have to add the second part. Man hadhihi al-tiflatu ka'annaha ukhtuka. You have to add the second part. Or rather, yani you have to make a sentence, make like a similar example. So you're gonna ask a question, and then you answer with ka'anna. So here's the example: Huwa zamiluka. Huwa zamiluka. All right, now you gotta ask a question. How would you ask this as a question? You would say man. What would you say? Okay, you can use any word you like. So huwa zamiluka, as long as you use ka'anna. All right, let's say for example, huwa zamiluka. من هذه الطفلة كأنها أختك. طيب. You can say من هذا الرجل. Who is this man? كأنه زميلك. You guys see this? So you have to like basically make this up. All right. هي طبيبة. You could say, for example, من say من هي. Leave it like that, right? Who is she? كأنها طبيبة. وهكذا. All right. The main thing is that you use كأنها in your speech. This is the main thing. All right. Someone says what? Repeat the instructions for number 6. Number 6. Oh yeah. So remember we spoke about ism lakinna and khabar lakinna. So over here, lakinna sadiqahu kaslanu. Because sadiqa is ism lakinna, I want you to highlight. So write one line. And since kaslanu is khabar lakinna, I want you to write 2 lines. Okay? Some of you did it for the homework last week. Understand? So 1 line to under the ism lakinna, and 2 lines for the khabar lakinna. All right, clear? The following word of the ism of tafdil is majrur. Like over here, asghar talibatin. It works similar to a mudaf mudaf ilayhi. So if you take a look at the sentence, Aminatu asghar talibatin, Amina is the shortest of students. It works similar to mudaf mudaf ilayhi. So this is why the word that comes after it enters majrur, enters in the state of jar. Okay? This is beautiful of homes, the most beautiful of homes, or the most beautiful home. طيب. Any other questions? All adjectives fall under this wasn't? Yes. Good question. Any adjective you come across can fall into this wasn't. ما في مشكلة. All right. فنكتفي بهذا القدر. ها؟ اسم تفضيل for female also same. We didn't come across that yet. But no, it's a bit different. But I don't think we came across that yet. It's on the scale of fa'la. Fa'la. But we'll explain it inshallah ta'ala when we come across it inshallah ta'ala. Okay. Smarter because it has a weak letter in it. We didn't really study this yet, but it'll be like adhka. Adhka. It's a bit different because the weak letter inside. It works a bit different than af'alu. You say adhka instead of af'alu. Adhkayu. La. Adhka. But inshallah ta'ala, when we study that, we'll explain it. All right? فنكتفي بهذا القدر بإذن الله تعالى. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك والله تعالى أعلم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.